Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigil here and welcome back on our video. This is going to attempt to be another video, a bit of an update on my top 6 teams on the secondary count. Keep in mind those are not necessarily the best free-to-play teams you can get because you can get far more than I do, and the big thing I'm missing on this account is a Deathstroke. I've been trying but still have no Deathstroke. But yeah, first up is going to be the Raven League of Anarchy team. This team is very reliable. Once you get a lot of passive stats for the specific soul rates, you're going to end up using League of Anarchy maybe without Raven and use something else with Raven because they can hit that 2 billion without Raven. But for now, this is a very, very easy 2 billion damage against almost any target. So why not take it? My bad there. Failed the combo interruption. Keep generating some power with Darkness stacks. There we go, 4. 5, and now let's stack Harley in. Oh boy, I'm always underestimating Green Arrow and how easy or hard he is to combo interrupt, and I'm always failing because I don't care enough. And this slow down our damage significantly. Bro, really need to focus here. Oh, why did it have to reset right before we got him back to the corner again? And now we kind of don't crit. Like, sometimes we crit, sometimes we don't. I think it was like during some hits her ass cheeks were kind of clipping the Dark Cards area. Okay, you tanked super move, though I don't think that would have been a problem for any of the characters. But yeah, it's really hard to not one-shot with this team. Though I'm trying hard to not to in this one, as you might be able to see. The damage is not the worst, even without getting the crits, but it's not gonna be enough to one-shot the fight. Excuse me, I sneezed and I muted the microphone so you guys don't have to hear that. So hopefully that worked. There we go. Easy one-shot. This is by far my best / strongest team. Now I have a percentage health team and I also have another percentage health team with Zatanna. The Zatanna team can be far more flexible, but with King we need to take a look at the fight where the clones are gonna have a relatively easy time not dying. And it goes the same for Deathstrokes. So I had the choice between Captain Cold and Black Lightning. Black Lightning's got that annoying special too, and I really wouldn't want the King clones to get in there. And kind of in advance for the next fight, I'm aware that Zatanna is bugged at the moment, and I'm gonna deal a lot more damage than I usually would do if Zatanna wasn't bugged. But that's pretty much how damage you would get out of a Deathstroke, so it's simply like I'm having Deathstroke, but not really. I don't have any passive stats from the artifacts here, because I want to get killed, though I think I actually needed to go beyond that. I think I need to remove some gears with defense from Kim Flan Sakoman, because he's most likely still not gonna get killed. Okay, do your best, man. Oh, almost! That was actually not bad, my man. That was actually not bad. Good job. You always want to be in that spot where you almost get killed. Or get killed, but barely. Because the more health you have but still get killed, the more health the clones will have. If you have too much health, then you're just never gonna summon the clones or gonna have a very hard time doing so. Okay, this clone is done. Get King back in. Get him killed again. No, not like this. Usually you want him to get killed with a special, or you want the enemy to not have any energy when they kill you. Because if they do have some energy, they might do a special right when the clone tags in, just as it happened here, though thankfully I was able to block it, but you might not be able to do that every time. And sometimes, even if you block, you might still get killed depending on how strong the enemy is. So the clone should really stay out of the way of specials. That's why first you want to get killed with super move, because that's a guarantee that when the clone gets tagged in, the enemy is gonna have no power. Okay, that's done, and I think we still have one on base king. Yeah, there we go. This was a perfect Kimfan Sacrament Arsenal Globe fight. It doesn't usually happen. A lot of times it doesn't happen, and you're gonna have to make do with whatever you get. Sometimes you're gonna get everything from King and like 2/3 specials from both the clones. Sometimes you get 3, 4, 5. Usually 6/3 specials that deal percentage health damage in a fight is what you're looking for. That's kind of the benchmark. Everything from above that, it's amazing. But you need to do kind of the bare minimum of 6 of them. Yeah, 1.4, that's about how much you're gonna get usually out of this against the 2 billion health fight. Okay, now I'm going to fight Black Lightning with the Zatanna team again. You could, in theory, if in the future the bug gets fixed and Zatanna no longer gives percentage hull damage to all her teammates, you could think of this as a Deathstroke fight, because I don't yet have Deathstroke, but Deathstroke kind of fills the same role as the bug Zatanna currently. And by the way, if your Zatanna doesn't deal percentage hull damage, and if you don't want to know how to exploit this bug, you just put her in the first team position, and all your characters will deal percentage hull damage the same way that she does against burning targets. What I like to do with this team is to get the percentage hull damage out of the way with Multiverse Armored Supergirl and Flash at the start, because Zatanna is so much faster at doing it than they are, because of the puppet of Zatanna that I have on her. And also she's more likely to trigger the puppets the more power she has. And until we're done with those guys, it's most likely gonna be close to last minutes. You don't want to necessarily tank with Zatanna. This was a bit of a mistake. It's like a tier 1 boss, so he dealt no damage, but usually you want Flash to tank it. He's the most likely to survive it and the least important part of your team. And you could like sit with one character then tag the other, but this is just more convenient because I also power generate and I make sure Flash also always has the burning active. Oh yeah, we need to do a special too. Bro, my neck hurts so hard because I slept the wrong way. Literally hurts when I'm just sitting. I get like random pain spikes. Okay, still going. It's a bit of a slow burn on those two. But Multiverse Armored Supergirl is now finished. Flash is finished. Okay, Zatanna. Just as I said, 1 minute left, and that's all Zatanna really needs. A bit unlucky here because no free specials at all. There we go, free third special. No puppet trigger so far. You don't really need it. You're gonna get what you need to do done without it, most likely. Yeah, very unlikely with the puppet trigger. So yet again, we're done with the percentage hull damage. We finally got the puppet trigger after we're done with percentage hull damage. But hey, we're gonna do a bit more damage at the end. But you generally don't have to trigger puppets, or even you don't have to have puppets during the last minute. It's just a bit more convenient. And super move at the end, which dealt less damage than the third special would have done, which is funny. Bro, no, why? I mean, I relatively understand why, because this is in theory a bit of a bug, you know? that we're exploiting here. But at the same time, this works like 90% of the times, except for this specific time where I want to record a video about my top teams and maybe put a damage number behind the video. Well, rip. By the way, before I get comments again, no, if I exit the game and enter again, this will not be fixed. That's the way you fixed unusual gameplay if you had problem with your server connection. This is not about server connection. Okay, so we're going to get into this fight, and this is gonna be a bit more complicated. Like, look, I'm counting. If I'm dealing a decent amount of damage here, if I'm getting like 500 mil damage, I'm counting this plus the Zatanna fight as 2 billion. I don't care. The unusual gameplay thing usually does not happen. Oh boy, my neck really hurts. Ah. So this is by far kind of the more complicated Battle Underground fight, because you have the Crown of Conduct, and you're going to need to stack the crown to start dealing more damage. The main reason why I'm actually using Crown is that it doesn't give me crit damage, and it allows me to use Classic Wonder Woman. Because if you're using Dark Maul cards, there's absolutely no point in using Classic Wonder Woman. Because it's not helping you out with anything more, because with Dark Maul cards you can like already get the 500% thing. Which is the maximum anyway. Oh boy. We need to get some pills or something for this. Really messed up my neck in my sleep last night. Okay, this is fine. Now we have only 10 crown stacks, but it's fine because that will definitely increase in a second here. I usually like to stack crown all the way up to 30 using my special tome. Because it power steals. Also be careful not to double tap it, because you don't need the healing and it's gonna make the enemy jump. Also my bad here. Okay, another one. Usually you kind of want to do them while the passive is active. Because if not, you're wasting time in which you're not stacking passive. Okay, it's active. 11 mil, 12 mil. And there we go, this is the peak performance we're gonna see out of this Battle Underground, which is 14 mil damage per second. That's the best you can do, but there's not much you can do about it. And it's a decent amount. Takes you some time to get to it, though you kind of have it as a gradual process. It's not like you deal 2 mil damage and then it goes up to 14. It's a gradual process, so you're kind of benefiting from the damage increase at all these stages. Yeah, this would definitely have cleared the fight if Zatanna didn't get unusual gameplay. This would have 1000% cleared the fight if Zatanna did not get unusual gameplay. I'll still think if you title the video like my top 6 teams on the secondary account, or just pick up the damage from Batman Underground, because this is a reasonably high damage for Batman Underground for being only 4 stars. Yeah, my bad it didn't, but that didn't really matter at all. And yeah, the total amount of damage here is going to be... oh boy, almost 800 mil. That's definitely not bad. That's definitely not bad. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Batman Ninja team next. Let's get to that. Okay, so with the Batman Ninja team, it's pretty straightforward. We have Dark Malcors on Batman Catman and whatever passive stats artifacts we can master on the other 2 characters. For this Zoroid, I have a level 6 chakra and a level 4 chakra. First, you want to get Super Move done as soon as possible, because you're going to generate that power very quickly. Then you want to push the enemy to the corner. And it's a long push because this map is long. And then a special 2 to start things off with. One full combo, another full combo. This is actually the first ideal fight I have for Batman Ninja Team in this soul raid, because the other fights that they were up against were not ideal for them at all. But yeah, here I'm going to see how much I can get out of the Batman Ninja Team in this soul raid with level 6 and level 4 chakra. Okay, tank that super move. That's fine. We need to push him to the corner again. Again, don't use any specials until he's in the corner, because it will bring more problems than solve anything. You want him holding that corner position so he can't back off from you, and now you start doing specials again. You're ulted for the rest of the fight at this point, unless you mess up. Okay, 4 mil on the third special on the last value indicates very good damage, and yeah, she didn't want to continue the combo there, happens. Maybe I didn't press it in time, who knows. But we're still good and on track to deal a lot of damage. If you mess something up, don't panic and just think what you can do to, like, fix the situation. Rather than thinking what happened, was it my fault, was it the enemy's fault? You need to think what I need to do from this point on to make the situation better. Kind of a price to real life if you think about it. Oh, 4.4 on that third special value, that's definitely nice. .2. We're decreasing a bit, though it's fine, it's down to lethal attack chance and how often you hit lethals. But we dealt a devastating amount of damage to this man. Not gonna bother resetting the special 2 if I'm in the last 30 seconds and it expires, it's not really worth it. And bro, for some reason he decided in the last second that he activates his main character powers, his frame advantage. But boy, 350 mil with the Batman Ninja Team, that's definitely amazing. And for the last team, look, last time I showed you Black Adam with Puppet of Zatanna. I can use the Justice League team, or I can use the Silver Banshee team, or I can use the Collector team. The thing is, I don't have a sixth best team, I just have a couple of budget teams that are not really amazing teams, but they're good enough. Okay, special 1. Make sure to always stack reverse flash when he can power steal. So bench third special, now we combo and chop. Special 2, you don't have to combo and chop, you can also jump attack, I'll show you in a second. With reverse flash, you kind of have to combo and chop. There we go, jump attack, special 1. That's how you do it. Reverse flash did a very good job with the power steals in this one. Okay, he's gonna super move, so Banshee can tank that, no problem. Like, a lot of times I'd rather tank with Silver Banshee, because she's got that huge amount of defense. And a lot of times reverse flash ends up more damage because I mess something up. But with Silver Banshee, there's very few things that I mess up, so she's kind of always on full health. So sometimes I actually choose to tank super move with Silver Banshee, because of her high base defense. Again, you should not put any defense on Silver Banshee, but she just has it. Just has max out defense, which I've mentioned a ton of times throughout my YouTube careers, but I think it's fascinating. Oh, she just has 75% defense without you putting anything in there. Might actually kill him. Definitely a pleasant surprise if that happens. I'm guessing I'll get 2 more third specialists until the end of this. Let's try to not mess that up. Oh, though I didn't get the disable. No! The disable has a 10% chance to fail, and if that had an additional disable, we still would not have done it. It's 25 mil off, but look, Serverbench did a decent job here. And at the end of the 6 fights, let's see what damage we have done.
I'll freeze your face off.
I refuse. This man would be 1000% dead. You would be 1000% dead if that didn't get unusual gameplay. Because we would deal 1.4 million with these Zatanna multiverse, or at least 1.3 or 1.2, definitely more than 1.1, which is how much he has left. So we're counting this man as dead, 2 billion damage. 2 billion damage, this happened yesterday, we're not counting it. And look, 2 billion damage roughly. So there you go, that's how I deal 6 billion damage every 6 fights on my secondary account. Thanks so much for watching, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!